Derek Spallone, glad to be alongside one of the best to ever pick up a basketball, Vince Carter. Vince, how you feeling today, man?
Feel great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you taking the time. And just first and foremost, team is currently 24-19, about halfway through the season, but still one of the top teams in the West. What are some positives you've been able to take away, along with a few areas to improve upon?
Well, we haven't played, in our opinion, great basketball, and we're still in the hunt. You know, of course, all just like all teams, you want to try to get you're playing for the home court advantage. So we just have to continue just to play good team basketball. I think we had some injuries with Mike, our point guard, going down, but I think now we're starting to hit our stride. And I mean, just like everybody else, I mean, the money times is after the All-Star break. So we're just trying to position ourselves, win as many games as possible right now, and hope for the best in the end.
No, absolutely, man. This is definitely a deep team. But I want to go back to where it all started for you, growing up in Daytona Beach. How did that mold you into the person and player you are today?
Well, I mean, living in Florida, I mean, you get the opportunity to play basketball year-round. I mean, it's a football state, but basketball was my passion, something I enjoyed doing. I got the opportunity. My mother sacrificed and made it happen, giving me the opportunity to play in some of the elite camps around the country, and I got to play against some of the best players, and it molded me mentally to want to get better physically.
Oh, yeah. No, that's definitely see that with your journey. But even prior to being in the NBA, you started collegiately at the University of North Carolina, guarding the Tar Heels to a few Final Four appearances under legendary coach Dean Smith. How did playing under Coach Smith and that experience in North Carolina prepare you for that next level?
First and foremost, I mean, he was all about us being student athletes and valuing the true meaning of being a student athlete. When you come in as a freshman, you tend not to understand that, but as you go through it and you go through the process, you understand the importance of it. And of course, when you leave, you definitely understand it. But as far as my game is concerned, he just prepared us as far as learning how to play the game, and I think that's what has kept me around this long. I might not jump the highest anymore, run the fastest, but at the same time, you won't outsmart me, and I know the game of basketball, so I can just beat you with angles and just positioning and just knowing how to play and surviving.
Right. And, I mean, even along with that, I know something I found fascinating before you leave into the draft. You promised your mother, you signed a contract stating you'd go back and get your degree, which you did. So I'm curious to know your thoughts. I mean, the one-and-done system that has really transformed college basketball, and what impact that has.
I mean,
I know everybody has reasons.
If you're good enough to go, I mean, one and done, where it's just a clear-cut thing, right. By all means, to be honest with you, coming out of high school, you wasn't sure. For me, I was going to do my 4 years of college, play as well as I can, and hopefully get an opportunity to play in the NBA. You never know. I had some success and created a buzz for myself, and the opportunity was there where I found out that I could probably go to top 8 pick. So the opportunity was there. Hey, could I go back and possibly be the no one picked in the following year? Yes, but it was a great chance, great opportunity, and going back to school to get my degree was never of any doubt. That's something I was going to do regardless. So the opportunity was there to enter the draft, and I did it. But for young guys, I think you should do it for the right reasons. And I know a lot of guys do it because they want to feed their family and they're poor. But it's still about making the right decisions. I mean, you can get here and have the money and it dry out in a couple of years just because you're not putting the work in or not knowing how to put the work in. So I think it's a lot that goes into that decision. I never would tell a guy, if you're doing it for family reasons, go for it. But now you have to learn how to stay there and continue to make the money.
Right. So, I mean, as you mentioned, so it's good to have that as just a backup, though, just in case, because, the longevity in the career is different.
There again, I mean, guys have to, when you're in that situation when it's about the money, you tend not to think about go back to school right now and something later. But I think it's something you should always have to fall back on. I really do. To some people, it means a lot. I come from a family of educators, all school teachers, so education was talked about each and every day, whether we had a lot of money or not. It was just about, hey, that piece of paper is important. And my mother, father, aunts, uncles, grandmothers, all of them are school teachers. So it's like, we didn't have a lot of money, but doing that, we were able to create steady income by putting in the work. So it always meant something to me.
That's great. I mean, that's a great point with that. And I mean, even now, it's just crazy how fast time flies. Already your 18th year in the league, but no shortage of accomplishments. I mean, 8-time All-Star, a slam dunk champ, a guy who revolutionized the art of the dunk, and then let alone a future Hall of Famer. But when you reflect back, what stands out the most about your journey and just that longevity you've had throughout your time?
Being able to transcend to the changing of the game. I mean, I got to play during the old times, if you would, where the game of basketball and the way it's played was a little different. You know, the legal defense and all these different things. Then the NBA changed and wanted to make the game faster, more scoring. So I've gotten to play in all styles and still survive. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of minutes cut, not starting anymore, still being able to hold a spot and play well.
And that brings me to our next point. I mean, the class that came, with you guys that era. I know we weren't part of the '96. No, a lot of you left, absolutely. But I kind of truly believe you all left that imprint, even to this day. Players like yourself, Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, among several others. But do you still see that, and how special is that being a part of that?
Well, I mean, it's special to see a few of us still left. Dirk, Paul, from that group. Of course, KG's a year ahead of 2 years ahead of us.
Yeah, a couple of those guys in there.
3 years ahead of me, actually.
96.
And then Tim Duncan. I mean, there's still some old guys who's been around who's all put that same work in. So we all believe in, and Kobe, of course, all believe in the same thing and just the same work ethic and just being able to survive and transcend and just share the knowledge to the younger guys, and hopefully those guys, it clicks on for someone and they're able to last and have the success and longevity like I've actually had. But it's a lot of work, and guys have to be willing to do it.
And would you say that's been the key for you, just keeping that longevity? It's just been putting that work in every single day?
Yeah, I still love the game. I still love everything about it. It's always some tough days, good and bad days. I hate to lose, but that's what comes with it. But I enjoy coming to work every day. The day that I don't want to come to work, the day that I don't want to put the work in, that's when it's time to walk away from the game. Because one thing I'll never do is disrespect the game of basketball, because it's been good to me.
Right. No, that's beautiful right there, man. But my final question for you, not only outstanding athlete on the court, but I know you're an activist off the court, love giving back to the community. How special has that been for you, just seeing the impact you've had on the lives of the youth and the people on and off the court?
There again, I mean, that's just what it is, just helping young gentlemen, young men and women, of course, and older at the same time, believe in their dreams. And, it's one thing to set a goal. It's another thing understanding how to achieve it. Mm-hmm. And everybody tends not to know that. And a little help sometimes can take you a long way. So that's just been me. I've been fortunate enough to see a lot of things, be around, and it excites me to be able to help people like that and to, they have that goal. It's like, this is what I want to do, and well, let me help you the best way I can to achieve it. So it's been great.
And the future's bright for a lot of the youth I'm sure you've dealt with. So that's,
yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
And it seems a lot of success stories. So that's what it's all about. I mean, I've done my basketball camps, and I've seen a lot of guys now in the NBA from my basketball camps, like Olynyk, Tristan Thompson. These guys were in my basketball camp when I was in Toronto back in the day. So it's just great to see success stories.
That's perfect, man. But hey, Derek Spallone, Vince Carter, I appreciate your time, man. Right. Thank you.